Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Ega Cital Sabila, and I will describe my reading results through the book Report. The title of the book is Flipped, and the author is Wendelin van Dranen. And this fiction book, with 212 pages, difficulty 4, type of book is novel and romance. Setting of subject, Flipped is a novel by Wendelin van Dranen written in 2001. So the whole setting is almost certainly around the 90s. This can be seen from the atmosphere, social background, and interaction that still use the old communication tools that characterize that period. Why do I choose this book? This book is unique, and in its storyline, a woman who is very attracted to a man from the first time she sees him moving house in front of her house. All this happened because the woman thought the man liked her, and she started doing everything she could to be close to the boy. The problem is that the man doesn't like the woman, even he hates her. The story really caught my attention when the female character managed to turn the situation around 360 degrees. The boy has become very fond of the girl, but the girl is no longer interested in the boy. I don't really like monkey love stories where the characters are still in high school, but I like this book. I felt that I enjoyed this book so much that I felt like there were butterflies in my stomach. They are so adorable, embarrassed to express their feelings for each other. This book seems to illustrate that love can grow out of hate or out of habit, and not all good things always cover us. There will be bad things that balance it. I really like the male character because he tries hard to show his sincere feelings for the female character by planting the female character's favorite tree. He seems to bring up something valuable that has been lost for the female character. The manifestation of the male character's love is honesty and sincerity that he has never fallen down before. It really sinks into me. Characters and plot. There are some characters in this novel. First, Juliana Baker, or Julie Baker. She is a young girl who has a strong spirit and an independent nature. Second, Bryce Losky. He is a boy who is serious and insensitive, and he is also a quiet person around some people. Third, Trina Baker, or Julie's mom. She has a very positive attitude towards everything. Fourth, Richard Baker, Julie's dad. He is easygoing and open to everything. Fifth, Pastelowski, or Bryce's mom. She is very kind to everyone even though he needs time. Sixth, Rick Lasky, or Bryce's dad. He is a grumpy person and has negative thoughts. 7. Chet Duncan, or Bryce's grandfather. He is very kind and likes to help. The plot. The Lasky moved to the front of the Baker's house 10 years ago. Julie Baker was very interested in Bryce Lasky ever since. She always followed Bryce wherever he went. Bryce hated her so much. He ends up dating another woman to annoy Julie, but after that he broke up and Julie followed him again, even worse. Then one day Julie's favorite tree was cut down and Bryce didn't help her. She was a little annoyed with Bryce, plus she also found the eggs she usually sent to the Lasky had been accidentally thrown away. From then on, she had no feelings for Bryce and was angry with him. But since then, Bryce began to develop a love for Julie. He apologized to Julie and tries to get close to her. Even then, he tried to kiss Julie, but Julie refused and she was getting annoyed with Bryce. Bryce kept trying, but Julie kept ignoring him until one day Bryce planted the same tree as Julie's favorite tree that had been cut down in the Baker's yard. Then Julie started opening up again for Bryce. My general opinion about this book: in some romance novel, complicated plots are often made to make the story not boring, but I didn't find the complicated plot for this novel. But this novel is not boring even with its simple plot. The story of teenagers who are in love is sometimes more interesting and fresh to read than adult love stories. Sometimes it looks like an impure feeling because they don't fully know the world yet. Sometimes it looks like something innocent just flows. At first, Julie was a possessive person, but they eventually matured with his thoughts. Otherwise, Bryce used to be a very determined person, but eventually he became a different person after finding out that he liked Juliana Baker. Writers shape their own way of showing each other's feeling. That's an adorable way for Julia and Bryce. Overall, the characterization look natural, like parents and siblings who seem like a family in general who sometimes find it difficult to accept each other, so that they are connected to each other. The setting of the place described in the novel seems like an environment we can flash back to the love story of our parents in 90s. The first time I was interested in this novel was because the synopsis was very interesting about the story from hate to love with the next door neighbor. This novel is perfect for teenagers until adult age. This novel helps us to learn to be honest about the feeling we have or we want benefit forever. Feelings of hatred are not always fire. There will be a time for fire to be extinguished. What did I like best about this book? I fell in love with Bryce Lasky's character, who fell in love with Juliana Baker. He suddenly turns into a different person, especially when he gets jealous when Julie has lunch with her other male friends, when he tried so hard to apologize to Julie after he almost kissed her, until finally he planted the seeds of Julie's favorite tree. Likewise with Juliana Baker's character, I really like her very strong determination to get something. Julie is a very persistent and diligent person, but still a pleasant person. From Julie, readers may learn to love their parents. He really respects his parents' choice about anything. Julie also has a mature mind and children her age. The part that I like about this novel, apart from the characters, I also really like the cover of this novel. People will be interested at first just by looking at the cover of synopsis. The cover of this novel is like describing a relationship that is connected with something natural. As I explained at the beginning, I really like the storyline, which, although very simple, has great appeal, something beautiful and excellent writing. When you are bored with your relationship with someone, you need to read this book. Learn from Juliana Baker, who loved Bryce Lasky for 10 years. He persevered because of his faith, and he found something that made Bryce look different from the other boys in general. One more thing that attracted me to this novel was that there were not many pages in this novel. However, from the few pages, the author is still able to devote all his work perfectly. What did I like least about this book? I can't criticize this novel because I really like the romance genre, as if it would make us feel it too. However, I couldn't accept the part when Bryce and his family thought that the eggs Julie gave him carried salmonella and he threw them away. That's so bad. The thing that annoyed me while reading this novel was Bryce's behavior towards Julie before liking her. He even left Julie alone when she asked for his help when her favorite tree was to be cut down. Another thing I dislike the most was the character of Rick Lasky, or Bryce's father. He has a bad attitude towards being a parent. He likes to talk behind people's back. He likes to swear. It's even hard to accept the kindness of others. However, from the character of Rick Lasky, we can learn that by being bad to others, we will not get anything. But if we are kind to others, we will be treated well, according to what we do. There are several parts of the novel that tell about Julie who always follows Bryce wherever he goes. Maybe it may annoy not just Bryce feel uncomfortable, even like intruding on their privacy. I really like Julie's character except for that he even smelled Bryce's scent. Julie pays little attention to her dignity, but whatever the badness of the characters, it will make it more interesting because later there will be a change in their attitude. The story will be more interesting that way. I'm rating this book 3 stars, or a good book. Recommend this book to my friend. I would like to recommend Flipped to my friends. If I find a movie, read, or something that I think it's great, I will always tell my friends and recommend them. I want to share something that makes me feel better with everything around me so that they feel as good as I do. In addition, this novel brings readers to understand more about love. Although this novel tells about the love of monkeys between fellow teenagers, this novel doesn't only contain an element of romance, it also contains about how to behave towards others, help each other, and so on. So this book may be suitable for all age except children, be it for my friends, my sister, my mother, and my father, and many more. I know my friends well because we live in the same dormitory. Some of my friends live in the same rooms as me and we get along well with each other. We are more focused on chatting and reading, so I feel this book is very suitable for my friends to read. Some of us who have different opinions prefer international standard books because their credibility is guaranteed, but there are also some of us who like local books because they are more suited to their reading taste. But by reading Flipped, I'm sure my friends of all reading styles will suit this book because it is common to all walks of life. This is a wonderful book for all age except children. That's all from me. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.